How y'all doing today? I myself am doing well. Yeah, I'm just sitting by the fire because the last time I made a video sitting by the fire just talking to you guys, it made me feel good, you know? It was a nice change of pace and it allowed me to get things off my chest and you guys to get to know me better and everything. So it was nice. So I'm gonna do that again. I had a different video planned for the sawmill, but I realized after I was done hauling logs over to it that I didn't bring my phone. It was here at the house charging, so that was a complete waste. So anyways, next video for sure will have milling. But in this video, I want to tell a story. So this story is about my first real experience with Sasquatch. Now, I don't know if y'all believe in Sasquatch. If you have any of your own experiences that are similar to this one, please let me know down below. That I'd be very interested in hearing your stories. But yeah, I'll just get right into it. So the year is 2016, and my sister, as she likes to say, deported me from Michigan to come live out here because my uncle, my cousins, I have a lot of family here, and I'm a dual citizen if you didn't know. So my sister deports me from Michigan, sends me to Alberta. And prior to this, I've never had any experience when it came to cryptids or, some sort of creature, Bigfoot, any of that. Never had any experience. So I come out here in 2016 in May, get to know my family a bit, and come September, it's only a few weeks before I head back to Michigan, and my cousin and I are at his camp. If you guys seen, there was a video I did a tree job that was at his camp, so you kind of know the setting. Anyways, so we go there, and I know we're scouting for, hunting areas where to set up blinds, tree stands, and cameras. And I think we were also retrieving some cameras or putting them out. I can't recall. But I know we went. So the camp backs up to ground land, like I want to say a mile back or so, maybe a little less. But anyways, so we're quadding down the trail and we get to the back of camp. Now, we go on to the crown land because there's old trapper's cabin my cousin wants to show me. So we quad back there. It's about 2 miles behind camp. And I think we quadded 1.5 miles, 1.75 miles, and then walked the rest. And as we get up to the trapper's cabin, I don't know how old this thing is, but if you've seen the cabins in the one video I showed just here on the reserve, it's probably around the same age. Anyways, so we get straight to the trapper's cabin and we sit down, we're having a smoke, just chilling, laughing, and all of a sudden my cousin looks up and there's a tree there, and he's like, "You notice that?" And I look up, and about 10-11 feet up this tree, mind you, the tree's about yay thick, about 10-11 feet up, it snapped and it looks like there's a handprint there. So I'm thinking it's some sort of joke, and my cousin starts talking about Sasquatch and the significance of the whooping noise. If you guys have watched enough Sasquatch videos, you'll understand the significance of that. And he's telling me about tree knocking, which is where they just grab a branch and smack it onto a tree. So, and I have heard that noise throughout the summer hanging out around camp, but I never associated it with anything. Now mind you, where the trapper's cabin is, there's no one around. Like, it is very far from anyone else. There's no one else out there. And yeah, so he decides that he's going to replicate a Sasquatch whoop. So he does that, and we get back to chilling. And about a minute after he did that, there's a reply from something else doing the whoop. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I don't know what this is. Like, the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I got this feeling of being anxious and like I was being watched. And yeah, we're sitting there. and does it again. And now it seems like it's waiting for a reply from my cousin. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not cool with this. And my cousin looked at me when it replied, and we gave each other the eyes that said, let's get out of here. So we start walking back, and we can't hear it stepping anywhere, but we could still hear it whooping and smacking trees. So I'm like, okay, this ain't no person. Like, shouldn't be able to hear them that well, even if there was someone out there, and we're way out of the way of anyone getting to us. There's only one trail in and out of there, and it comes from my cousin's camp. So no one was there before us, and no one was there after. So we go ahead, we walk back to the quad. Meanwhile, we can hear whatever it is doing the whoop still, smacking the trees, just trying to communicate. We finally make it to the quad, and we start driving. Now, mind you, a quad goes a lot faster than a person can A, walk or run. And this trail was good enough for, you know, it was good enough to where you could go pretty quick down. So we start booking it back to camp, and finally make it. We're sitting there at the office having a smoke, just talking, and yeah, we started hearing it whoop again. Just trying to communicate. We never seen nothing, but you could hear it in the tree line, like walking around. You couldn't hear the steps, but it would call over here, then it'd walk over and call over here. So it was a very, very weird experience for me, because I'd never experienced anything like that. Like, you hear about Sasquatch in Michigan, but I had never actually, had some sort of experience. I've had paranormal experiences, and if you guys want to talk about that, I will gladly talk about those experiences, because that was the scariest time of my life. But yeah. And then in 2017 I came back, and I'd still hear the knocks from time to time, but not as much. But I'd hear some whoops, but again, not as much. When I came back in 2020, however, since then, from 2020 until now, which is mid-November 2024, in these 4.5 years, I haven't heard nothing, haven't seen nothing. My brother-in-law Ronald, you guys remember him from the hunting trip? He's had some experiences as well. And the only thing we did see, I seen, we all walked back. There's a pond a few kilometers back behind our house. So we walked back there, and I was with both my brother-in-laws. We had the kids with us, and we walked up to a different trail, and there, at the trapper's cabin, there was a tree snapped in half, looked like handprints. And yeah, so that's my experience with Bigfoot. But like I said, I would really like to hear your guys' experiences, if you have any, with anything really. I just like stories altogether, especially if it's someone better than me at telling them. It makes for a good time. Watch Mr. Ballin. He's great with that. That's actually what inspired me to tell my story, is because, me and my cousin never really brought it up to anyone that wasn't, constantly around us. So it just felt, I watched Mr. Ballin's videos on Missing 411 and all that, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should talk about this story. Maybe it'll, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna sit here by the fire for a bit, and I will see you guys next time.